Hey! So I'm recording 2 videos today. From your standpoint, the other one was posted a few days ago. I will have posted about my Gazette article that I wrote about my time with Employable Me. A documentary, just in case you didn't already watch the other ones, a documentary series about adults with neurological conditions looking for work. So if you saw that episode, then you know what I'm talking about here. If you haven't, I'm going to put a link in the description so that you can see that episode online. So where I am now. Spoilers, if you didn't see it yet, go see it, and unless you're not planning on it, then whatever, just watch. So the episode ended where, I had 2 job opportunities. One was, the nature pet store, which was amazing, so great, like the people were there were great, the animals were great, like it was so relaxing, and I loved the fact that I was working in such a nice environment and with animals no less, so it was incredible. And I also had an opportunity to work as what I applied for, a proofreading opportunity. So when I had gotten it, I kind of thought that that's what I was actually being offered when they said, here's the job. So I thought it was a proofreading opportunity, but really it was a written customer service job. So I was still working and writing, I just wasn't proofreading. But it was a good job. I took the training, I worked for 2 months, and I ended up having, well, if you saw my videos a few months ago, you know, garbage! You know that I was in the hospital. So I kind of fudged everything, not because I want, it just, things got fudged. Fuck, garbage! I wanted a job so bad, and I want to be normal, and I want to be like everyone else, but the thing is that I ended up crashing, and I'm in the hospital originally because of my tics that were out of this world, out of control. And then beforehand I had already been crashing with my eating disorder, and I kind of crashed more so there was, this outburst of incredible tics that were not livable in any way, like I couldn't function. And then I was crashing with my mental health. I felt very much like I was a huge bunch of crap disappointment to people watching this show and seeing this whole inspiration factor thing that was supposed to be produced there. And you know, it did seem very inspiring, but in the end of it, it still ended up being where I was like, I flopped, and I feel like I failed, not just because I lost my job, but because, you know, with all this exposure, it was not that it was like worldwide, oh my god, everyone in the world saw this. It's just like a, you know, it was across Canada, and you know, anyone can watch it online worldwide, but still, like, I was just like, I feel like it's been out there. Okay, she found a job, and she's got this, and she's supposed to do crap. And then I just failed, and I failed very publicly. So, you know, joke's on me, I guess. I don't know, like, I felt like an incredible failure. I did discuss with someone that was very nice to talk to me afterwards about how, you know, it's not like I chose to, like, have tics where I wasn't capable of sitting at a computer and typing and responding to, you know, like, messages, and I wasn't able to, and I was having tic attack at work. It was not the ideal place to have a tic attack, so I don't even know, like, I was having tic attacks before this was happening, but I was so, like, goal oriented, get a job, and be normal, and don't live off disability, because you're living check to check. It's bullshit. And so I was like, yeah, get a job, but I knew that I had these tic attacks, and yeah, of course they happened at work, but like I had like all these medications that I was on, that I was like, yes, they're working better, and yes, they were working better, and they were helping for quite a while, and then I was just like, it wasn't helping to the degree that they had been, and then it was tics galore at work, and I wasn't able to garbage. I wasn't able to function. Not even just at work. It was a lot of stress because there was a lot of people around me at work. Social anxiety and everything kind of contributes to tics. Like the more stressed out I am, the more I will tic. Hi, which doesn't mean I'm freaking out right now. I'm just tics happen. Like it just happens more with stress. But like yeah, so it was stressful for me working with around people and having like this kind of a deadline stuff, and like you got to get this much done by this much time and or else and it was very stressful. I don't know if that obviously it wasn't just that, but like I don't get an eating disorder or a relapse in an eating disorder because I'm stressed out at work. I don't know why I relapsed, but I did, and I was in hospital for quite a while, so I had to quit my job. I couldn't, I was at the hospital forever, and I wasn't being released. What I would like now, if I would really love, but I think it's like a pie in the sky dream, is to have work at home as a writer somehow, but like, because if I'm working at home, and I have a tic attack, I can just have a tic attack and get back to it. It's not like I'm like, everyone's gonna freak out, oh my god, she's on the floor and she's spasming. Like, I don't have a whole audience in my room if I'm working, on my bed with my laptop, and I don't have everyone being like, oh my god, and let's call an ambulance. I can just like, okay, it'll pass, and then I can get back to work. I mean, I'll be ticking, because I'm, that's the way it is. But I won't be a big tic attack, it'll pass, and get back to work. And it would be great if I could have a job as a writer, because it's what I love to do. It's me, it's who I am. I am a writer. I've always been a writer, even when I wasn't putting words to paper. In my head, it was always turning like poetic ways to say whatever it is that I wanted to say. And even so, it didn't have to be on paper. It was just everything. I was like making stories in my mind, like it was all just poetic stories all the time, and so it is who I am. I need to write, and I wish that I could make a living off of it, and it could be something at home, but like freelance work. Hi! Freelance work is just, well, it's hard to get. It's not dependable work. You get job to job, and the crappy thing is that it's often ghostwriting, so you don't even get credit for your work, or like it's not ideal. I would love something ideal. I tried, I did go to in the show, you see me going to the editor-in-chief of Montreal Gazette. And what I was told that it was basically I was getting advice on how to be a freelance writer, which it was, but it essentially ended up being a job interview for writing for the Gazette, which was what I was presented with when I arrived to the encounter. So I was like unprepared for a job interview, and I didn't really have the qualifications either to be a journalist. I haven't been to a journalism course. I'm an experienced writer, but I'm not trained that way. I don't know how to answer, like, how would I investigate such a thing if such a thing happened? And I was like, what? I don't know how to answer that. I had presented a piece of writing that you guys have never seen, no one's ever seen. I wrote a personal piece about self-harm and sexual abuse, child sexual abuse. And I hadn't published it anywhere online or anything, but I presented this to the editor-in-chief of the Gazette. And then I had my interview with her, which she was very impressed by my writing. However, I didn't know what to say with how much she thought it was beautiful and thoughtful and well written, and that I had talent. But the fact was that I didn't have that education. I couldn't just like go, hi, fuck yeah, piss off. I couldn't just like start at the bottom and serve coffee and work my way up. It doesn't work that way anymore. I really would need that education, which I could get, but like go to school screaming and having tic attacks, I like, even if it was possible, I don't even know if I could handle it mentally to be able to, to be exposed to that much anxiety. Like, it's lots of people cause anxiety, causes more tics. More tics causes more anxiety, causes more tics, causes more anxiety, causes more tics, causes more anxiety. And especially a big tic attack causes incredible social phobia and embarrassment and humiliation, and I don't know if I could handle going to school to be a journalist or anything. Like, I don't know how it's fathomable. Considering my circumstances, which hopefully, like, I've compared to where I was a few years ago, where I made this video called Melissa Wants to Die, and I was trying to make all these plans for the future that I'll do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and then I'll have this whole accomplishment of things that will give me a reason to live. So I've been there, and I wasn't where I needed to live yet, but I've made so much progress, but I'm not at the point yet where I'm capable of dealing with being on the floor, spasming around, yelling because of my tics, and enduring the embarrassment and the possible ambulances and going to the hospital and having the doctors and the nurses think I'm faking, or drug seeking, attention seeking. It's the morale in my brain when it happens. It's just, I feel like absolute garbage. Absolute, like if they think that I'm capable of being there for no other reason than that I want their attention or their drugs, or that I'm the kind of person that would fake and waste their time. I feel like I'm that kind of garbage that they perceive me to be. And it weighs down on me a lot. It puts me into depression and anxiety. I can't handle it. So I don't know. I mean, I tried really. I've been working so hard to get to the point where I could find a job, and there it was. I had the job, and it was like, fuck yeah! And money! And no, I'm not raining down money. It's not like I was making $20 an hour. It was not that far from minimum wage, but it was better than disability. It's not like disability pays anywhere near a full-time minimum wage job. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm not just making it check to check, and I'm able to put on these bills that I had debt collectors calling me for, and I was like, yes, and then I couldn't do it, and I was so mad, and I feel, especially it was this whole public thing, so I'm like, everyone was expecting me, yes, she succeeded. No, actually she didn't succeed. She failed. I failed. I did. I failed myself. I failed the people who thought it was inspiring, because really I just failed, and I know that that's really down. I'm just like, I shouldn't, but I'm really happy with having been on the show. Like, I thought it was amazing. I loved the whole experience. Like, it's not, yeah, YouTube, it's a camera, but it's not the same thing as having other people coming to your house and do like, okay, we're gonna film you doing this, and like, here's this, don't wait until this happens before you start this whole scenario. Like, it wasn't scripted at all. It was just like, wait until we have the cameras rolling before you talk about it. So I was just like, anyway, I enjoyed it. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. It was work. It was sometimes like a couple really long, grueling days, but it wasn't bad kind of grueling. Like, I liked it. And I loved the pet shop, and I liked getting the offer at, hi, fuck yeah, piss off, at the proof, not the, it was going to be a proofreading opportunity, but the customer service job, and meeting with the editor-in-chief of Montreal Gazette, the longest running daily newspaper in Canada, and being published with them after the day after it aired, and it was incredible. Like, I'm not sorry it happened, and I feel like, yes, I have the qualifications that they said that I did in the episode, because yes, those are my qualifications. I'm a very good writer. I'm good with words. I'm not exactly brilliant with math, but I am who they presented me to be. I got the jobs. I got the job offers. I chose one, following by me failing. And I feel, you know, initially just right now telling you guys I failed is probably why I'm just like, oh my god, I failed! But I'm not usually so dramatic. Just I think that the fact that I have to admit to it at the moment, like saying, I don't have a job after all, hi, fuck yeah! It's hard. It's hard to say I didn't get there, and that those who thought, hey, I'm in that position too and I want a job and she got a job so now I'll get a job, and doesn't mean you can't get a job, doesn't mean you aren't capable, like, doesn't, chances are you don't have ticket tax, well, maybe you do have ticket tax, but like I know people personally who have ticket tax who are able to work, God knows how, I don't know how, but there are those who do it, so you can do it, and I think that I can get to the point where I can do it. I just, like, I mentally collapsed, not just with the tics, because the tics were, the tics were absurdly bad. I couldn't function at work, and I collapsed mentally, so it was all this, I know, obviously I couldn't do it, but like, I think I'll get to the point where I can. Crossing my fingers, I think I will get to the point where I can. I don't know how long I've been talking. Oh my god, this is a long video. Don't put up with me, don't watch this. I'm just like, I failed, oh my god, I'm pathetic, and yeah, so I think I rambled long enough about I got a job and I didn't keep it. So I just wanted to let you know that that's the way it is, because I don't want to, like, I mean, obviously that's what it was presented in the show. They didn't say afterwards that I didn't keep the job, but I want you guys to know, because I just feel like I'm a big liar not saying it. Hi! So I just want that out there, and I will find a way to work with what my capacities, like at homework. I will find it somehow. I will find, even if it's not a Raj I was writing, maybe there's something that doesn't pay 5 cents for, like, clicking on a video and watching an entire video and getting, like, there's got to be something decent pay that I can do at home that's not going to freak me out and I can have ticket tax at home. So there has to be something for me, ideally writing, but it doesn't have to be.